What's up, friends? Welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing well, and welcome back to another wholesome family fun episode with my mom. This is our Mother's Day special. I asked her what kind of video she would like to film, and she said that she wanted me to do her makeup again because she really enjoyed it last time. If you are new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Sophia, and my channel is all about luxury, especially luxury beauty, and sometimes I feature my mom on this channel. A lot of you guys love it when she's here. She does have more mature skin. She is in her early 60s, and I just love doing her makeup. So I'm excited to be doing this look for her today. I also use some similar products on my face. I asked you guys what products you wanted me to use on my mom, so I tried to pick out as many of those as I could off of my Instagram. We're going to be using the new Chanel Le Beige Healthy Glow Sun-Kissed Powder. We have the new Byredo Mineralscapes palette on here. We have some really good new beauty, but also some good like luxury classics and favorites that you like to use on the daily. And in addition to some of the luxury makeup favorites, we will also be using some of our favorite BK Beauty brushes to create this look. BK Beauty is having a Mother's Day sale right now. They are doing 35% off their brushes. I'll link all the brushes and all the products that we use in this video in the description box down below in case you want to reference them later. This video is not sponsored by BK Beauty. However, I reached out to them and they did agree to sponsor a giveaway for this video. So we're going to be giving away some brush sets from BK Beauty. Make sure you watch until the end of the video so you can find out how to enter the giveaway. I just thought it would be fun for this Mother's Day special. It is something that me and my mom both really enjoy. And with that, friends, let's get started with this beautiful look on my beautiful mommy. All right, let's kick off this look. So I'm going to start off with a little bit of primer. I'm going to be using the Dior Glow Star filter. I don't have the big glass bottle with me because I'm traveling, but I did put a little bit in this container here just to kind of depot it and make it a little bit more travel friendly. I'm actually going to use my hands for this. Maybe we'll do like a little bit of a spa moment here. This is what I've been using as a primer just because it's like nice and hydrating and it just adds a little bit of kind of glowy pigment, but not so much that it makes you look like a disco ball. This has been my fave. You'll have to let me know if you like this one, Mom.
What is this called again?
It's called the Dior Glow Star Filter. It's a newer product that came out at the beginning of this year. I like to use it as a primer, but like sometimes if I am not gonna do makeup for the day, if I'm just on Zoom calls or running errands or something like that, I'll wear this on its own just as like a no makeup type of thing because
it's light feeling.
Yeah, it's called the Glow Star filter for a reason. It just kind of makes you look like you have a filter on your face, and it's not really like a new concept or anything like that, but I do like this formula compared to some of the other ones that have come out because, I don't know, I just like the texture and I like the fact that it's kind of more noticeable because sometimes you use these and they're either too glowy where it looks more like a highlighter or you blend it out and like you can't even see it, you know what I mean?
Right.
So what do you think of that?
Well, it's an improvement. I can see that already. It does feel very light.
Yeah, and actually I'm going to use this with a foundation, your foundation, that I think this works really well with, which is the Chantecaille Future Skin Foundation. And I like to use these together because they have a very similar texture. And also, I feel like because the Chantecaille Future Skin Foundation, it's a little bit translucent and gives that kind of glass skin effect that you can kind of see the Dior filter underneath. They just kind of pair well together, give a lot of nice radiance. And I also think that they work really well for mature skin. Just like, you know, if you have a little bit more dryness, I mean, I have dryness all the time, but if you have more dryness or you just want to get a little bit more, you know, blurring of like the pores or whatever it may be.
When you say filters, are we talking like in Hollywood, they used to have that obvious filter with the close-up on the beautiful woman's face, and she would just have such perfect looking features.
I think that is the OG filter. And you know what? Charlotte Tilbury is a makeup artist, and for her brand, she came out, well, maybe somebody else did it previously, but she came out with the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. That's what she called it.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of what she was going for. I think she was trying to go for, you know, how do you look perfect and poreless, just like a lot of the celebrities did on the silver screen.
That would be made into the poster.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? I think a lot of them were wearing a lot of powder powder and stuff as well that maybe we didn't really see. Maybe it looked really good on camera. By the way, I'm
Especially
using...
black and white.
Yeah, exactly. By the way, I'm using the N17 brush from the Nikki LaRose BK Beauty collab. I really like this one because it just makes it really easy to precisely put on just as much foundation as you need. It works really, really well with the Chantecaille product because it comes in like this little pot. I just feel like it fits really easy into the pot, into the cap. And I also like this brush, which is my favorite from that whole set, because you can use it with creams, but you also can use it with powders. Like this is really great for highlighter, for blush. I use it a lot for setting powder. I think I now have 3 of them. It's dual-sided, so if you can't remember what side you used for your cream or your powder, if you're using it for multiple things, having it be dual-sided just makes that a little bit easier.
Well, I can see there's a big difference between how you apply these things and me. I think I'm not blending them in as much as I should.
Oh, really?
Usually because I'm in a hurry.
Yeah.
Or I just am impatient.
I think when we apply our own makeup, we kind of... we're like so harsh to our face. Like when I put on my makeup, I feel like I'm stabbing the brush into my face sometimes if I'm in a hurry. But as you can see, I'm like really lightly just putting on very, very thin layers of product. And at the end of the day, like I'm not even gonna use up the tiny little bit of foundation that I had in this cap. It's like not even really that much at the end of the day.
You're using a very painterly approach.
What do you think of that base?
Yeah, I think it's nice.
You want to get in a little closer so they can see?
It's nice. It's a really natural color for me.
Yeah.
I thought that it would be too light. I think it's perfect.
No, I think this is good. And it has like a little bit of like a peachy tone that I think goes well with your skin.
Yeah.
I think that looks really nice. Let's get some concealer. Okay, so next up we're going to do a little bit of concealer. I have the Clé de Peau Radiant Corrector for Eyes. This is my mom's favorite. How long have you been using this for? Maybe like a year now?
Yeah, about a year.
Yeah, I'm gonna put a little bit on the back of my hand right here, and I'm gonna use my second favorite brush in the Nikki LaRose collab with BK Beauty. This is the N16, and this is a great brush because it just has like this perfect little wispy tip, and it's very delicate and precise, which makes it perfect for any kind of like precise cream, corrector, concealer. You can use this for liquid eyeshadow. You can use this for powdering under the eyes or maybe like around the nose. Literally anything like that. Yeah, it's so soft.
I like that shape. I've just been using it directly from the brush.
Yeah, which is fine.
Smoothing it out if I need to.
Yeah. This is the brush, Mom, when you were asking me the other day, what can I use under my eyes that's maybe a little bit like smaller and more delicate? This is the one that I had in mind for that.
It's the perfect shape for this area, I think.
Yeah, because it comes to this like little fluffy point. It's great at just kind of wispily getting in those nooks and crannies.
Both sides are beveled, I guess you could say.
Yeah, exactly.
Gives you a lot of
like
options.
It comes to like a little wispy tip, and it's great for, if you want to get like here around the nose where there's just a little bit of redness there. I love this, especially, if you just want
what a difference.
Yeah, like a very light, just a very light application, because it is this kind of wispy duo fiber type of length to the bristles. It's just, I don't know. It's perfect. I like to say, oh, it's good for mature skin, but honestly, it's good for everybody. But it does particularly work well, I think, if you're just trying to add a very nice natural layer.
It's the most difficult area.
I always like to put a little bit of concealer on the eyelids just to, at least for me, to cover up any like veininess. I always get a lot of questions if I use eyeshadow primer, but I don't have too many issues with my shadow creasing if it's the right formula, or I just use concealer. Like I have a couple of eyeshadow primers that I sometimes use if it's a very glittery formula, but for the most part, I don't know, I just don't feel like I need it. But do you use an eyeshadow primer?
No, I used to. And then I've actually been doing the same thing that you are doing. I don't know, one of the last times that we worked together, you told me that. And it seems, and I don't have creasing problems. I think also my eyes are not as oily as they used to be.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
It's hard for me to know which is which.
Okay, now we're gonna do a little bit of bronzing, and by far the #1 product that you guys wanted me to use on my mom is the new Chanel Le Beige palette. This is the Healthy Glow Sun-Kissed Powder. So we have the bronzer, the highlighter, and the blush. I'm gonna start off with the bronzing powder, and I am using the BK Beauty 107. This is the travel size, so it has a little bit of a shorter handle. And you guys know I have really been liking these palettes from Chanel because I find that the powders are just so finely milled and they just have like a really nice smooth texture to them. By the way, guys, this is the lightest shade. I did review the 3 lightest shades here on my channel if you want to see kind of like some comparisons, but I figured this more subtle tone would probably work best on my mom. What do you think of that, Mom? How do you like that?
I like it.
Nice.
Like I went in the sun for a little bit.
It does. Looks like you've been out in the garden for a little bit. How is your garden doing? If you guys don't know, my mom loves to garden, and she recently retired a couple months ago, and now it is getting a little bit warmer here in New Jersey, so it's definitely gardening season.
Yeah, I can see it. We're upstairs looking down at the backyard garden. It's just beautiful.
What have you been doing in the garden lately? Like, what are you growing?
Well, I mean, there's so much to do all at one time in the springtime, but I cheated and put my annuals in a little early because it's been so warm here on the East Coast. And weeding, staking, mulching, you name it.
Yeah.
Transplanting, cutting back.
So much
things
work.
that are getting out of control and invasive. It is a lot of work, but
what do you like about gardening?
oh, it's so satisfying to look at how things look when you're done and see things through it thriving and growing. It's really gratifying and it's beautiful, and then you can just sit and enjoy it.
Seems really relaxing and kind of just a good way to get outside.
In a strange way, the work is relaxing, yeah. My new kitty cat's following me around the garden. He's the best garden buddy. It's been great.
Yeah, so guys,
follows me everywhere.
If you guys don't know, we love cats in our family, and my sister and brother-in-law had a little stray cat that kept coming to their door. Eventually, you know, they realized this cat did not have a home, and so they already have a cat, actually, so they didn't want the 2 cats to fight. But my mom has been needing a new outdoor cat because we no longer have one, and so she basically adopted him, and he is literally like the cutest little cat. Oh my gosh. Tyler was just saying this morning, I just saw Butters catch a mouse and like bring it to the door.
Go
he
Butters.
was like, that cat has the happiest life.
Yeah.
Like he's living his best life in this garden. He's so cute. I love him.
Very affectionate.
I'm going to be going in with just a little bit of contour, and I'm using the new RMS bronzer in the shade Bikini Beach. Been liking this one. It's supposed to be for deeper skin tone, so I just use it as a contour. And I'm going to be using the BK Beauty Nikki La Rose N15 brush. I like this one because it kind of comes to a point, so it fits really nicely in the hollows of the cheeks. So I've just been doing like a lighter bronzer all over the face or on the high points of the face, and then going in with this one, which is a little deeper, just kind of on the cheekbones for a sculpted look. See that little chisel right there? You're also getting a puppy, right, Mom?
Yes, later this year. Waiting for the puppy to
Be born.
to exist.
You want to tell them what kind of puppy you're getting?
I'm waiting for a miniature poodle to be born and weaned.
I'm excited.
I'd like to get one of those ones that's like a honey red color. I think that color is so pretty.
I love that color too. Why did you choose miniature poodle?
I wanted something between 10 and 20 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
They're very smart. They're very intuitive of what their owners expect of them, what we're thinking, what we're feeling.
Yeah, they're very smart.
They're athletic. They're, you know, you can train them to do things. They're easy to train in general because they're intuitive and they're people pleasers.
Yeah.
And every time I see a poodle, they just seem to have such a...
Like they're very spunky.
Well, but they're very kind of well-behaved, and
I know a lot of the poodle mixes are very popular right
super
now.
popular.
Like my friend has a Cavapoo, and I know so many people that have like the Labradoodles.
The golden doodle, they're all adorable.
They're all cute, and then they have like hair instead of fur.
Correct. That was another very important thing for me.
Because you love cats, but you are a little allergic to them technically. But
and dogs too.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't want to take a chance.
I'm just fine tuning and blending in the bronzer, guys. I went back in with the N17. We used this one for the foundation, and I just kind of want to show you that you can use this to fine tune and blend things in, or if you wanted to use a setting powder. I don't think my mom needs a setting powder, but if she wanted it, I could take this and just gently, you know, do it on the nose or the T-zone or the cheeks, wherever she wants. I think I'm gonna do some blush next. And I had some folks say they wanted me to use the new Dolce & Gabbana blush. And so this one is called Blissful Mauve. Dolce & Gabbana just relaunched their entire beauty line. We talked about it in a recent video here on my channel. Actually, 2 recent videos because I reviewed the full line.
It's a pretty color.
It's so pretty. And you know what? The formula is incredibly good. It's very pigmented, so that's why I kind of like see like all that on my hand right there. I just wanted to be real careful. And I'm using the Angie Hot and Flashy A507 brush. So good for blush. We can use this for contour, but it is a little bit big, at least for my mom's face. So I like to use this for more of like a sculpting blush. If you didn't see my review of this line, the blushes and the bronzers are definitely my favorite products. They have a very creamy feel to them. Actually, do you want to maybe put your finger in that and see? Yeah, see how they feel kind of creamy to the touch? And I think that definitely translates to when they go on the cheeks. Like, they don't look dry and powdery.
Are they difficult to blend if you get them in a spot you don't want, or too much in one area?
I think as long as you go in with a light hand, it's fine. Like, they're easy to blend out if you make a mistake. Like, I do it all the time. But that's why this brush is really good, because it's kind of the perfect shape to just put like that. So that if you used a smaller brush, it kind of would be like this dot on your face. This one just goes like this and it splays as it hits the face. I'm actually gonna go back in with the N17 once more because it's like the best brush ever. And I'm gonna go into the highlighter in this palette. I didn't use the blush because I wanted to use the Dolce & Gabbana one, so I'm gonna go into the highlighter. I like this highlighter because it's very subtle and kind of like melts into the skin. Ooh, you can definitely see it on camera really well because the sunlight is coming through and like hitting the cheekbone. It's not glittery at all. It just kind of melts into the skin like butter. I like the base on you. It does look very healthy glow-esque, wouldn't you say?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, I like it. Okay, so now we're gonna get into the eye look, and the #1 palette that you all requested that I use on my mom is none other than the Byredo Mineralscapes palette. I have to say, I'm not surprised because so many of you guys are interested in this palette, or you already picked it up and you're absolutely loving it. I will be doing a full review of this palette with more looks, but I thought it would be fun to use it on my mom today so you guys can get a little bit of a sneak peek. Or also, if you have mature skin, you can kind of see how these textures and tones perform on somebody who is a little bit older than me. So I'm gonna start off with, I think, this shade right here in the corner. We're gonna work with a lot of the more purpley shades because I feel like this palette is all about the cool tones, and there's a lot of really beautiful finishes. I'm just gonna have you close your eyes. This is one of the lighter but also more shimmery purpley tones in the palette. Ugh, I love this shade. I think it is so chic. I've been having a lot of fun playing around with this palette, and I'm actually gonna do a look that's a little bit similar to what I have on today.
I love that.
Okay, so next up I'm gonna go into this shade here. See how it's just a little bit darker than the one that I just used in the corner? And I'm just going to apply that here, more on like the outer half of the lid. This is just gonna add a little bit more dimension to the look. And I'll probably go with a lighter shade on the bottom. How do you think that looks, Mom? What do you think of those colors?
I
like
really
them.
Nice.
These 2 shades are very smooth. They're not
Really
super
pretty.
glittery.
Like
it really does depend on what shade you choose in the palette because, you know, these 2 shades that we just used, they are very smooth. But for instance, this one right here has a lot more glitter and transparency to it. So it really just depends on which one you pick up. I'm gonna go into this shade right here, and I'm gonna put that kind of like on the lower lash line, and I'm using the BK Beauty N12. This is the little smudger brush, and this is really, really good. Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just lift up. This one is great for underneath the eyes. Man, I've really come to appreciate this Nikki LaRose collab. Just doing your makeup, Mom, because this is supposed to be like more of the Pro line, the Pro kit from BK Beauty, and it's a collaboration with another creator, with a makeup artist. She does really beautiful looks. And a lot of these brushes are made for this type of precision, as is the Angie Hot and Flashy set. It's supposed to be kind of like slightly more precise brushes for mature skin. And then these are kind of more precise brushes for like a professional look. I don't know, I just feel like it gives me a little bit more control when I'm doing your makeup, but also when I'm doing my own makeup. I'm gonna be going into next this matte shade right here. This is the purpley matte shade in the palette that matches the rest that are kind of, you know, hanging out.
Like pewter to me.
It does, yeah. It's like a dusty lilac. A lilac mixed with a gray. Just relax your eyelids. There you go. Close them and relax them. There you go. I'm just gonna add a little bit of depth to the corner of the eye. There's not a lot of mattes in this palette, so I definitely think the way to go is to kind of start off with a lighter metallic shade and then build up some of the darker metallic shades and use, I think there's only 2 mattes. Use the 2 mattes to just layer in like a little bit more depth here and there. That's the only thing. I kind of wish there were some more mattes in this particular palette, but at least the 2 that they have are kind of easy to work with.
It doesn't seem like anything is particularly sparkly though.
No, it kind of just depends on the shade you use. You know, there's a lot of, what's nice about this palette is like you get so many shades. It's an expensive palette, but the formula is really nice and you get so many shades. So you know what, if you want a sparkly look, that's great, you can use it. But there's plenty of other shades to use if you don't want a sparkly look. So that's great. What do you think?
I love it.
You like it?
Yeah.
Do you think that you would use a palette like this, or do you prefer smaller palettes?
I think I prefer smaller palettes because I don't have the experience. Like I would never have thought to
you
pick those colors.
You wouldn't see this in a store and pick it up, probably.
Correct. But now it makes me think of, like, what about, you know, the light and the dark green and the yellow, and I can see that there are many combinations that might work, because I never would have thought something this dark, that pewter color, would look okay on my skin, and I think it looks really good.
I think for a lot of my subscribers, because they're just a little bit more well-versed in eyeshadow, some people like having a lot of colors to play around with, but then there's plenty of other people that are like, I don't really want all those shades, or they might not use all these shades, so it just kind of depends. I honestly wish they would come out with smaller palettes using this formula, whether it be like 5 pans, 4 pans, even a 9 pan, because this is pretty big. So I don't know, Byredo, if you're listening, maybe come out with some smaller versions because this formula is just so good. I'm going into the deeper purple right here with this brush. This is the N11. It is kind of like a little liner brush. You could use this for brows as well. I'm going to use this to lightly line just right here on the outer edge. And this shade is a little bit more sparkly.
What is this, sort of a midnight blue?
No, it's a deep, what would you call that? Like a dusty violet with sparkle. Yeah, it's a purple. I'm not going into the dark blue shades for this look because I just think that they're gonna be too bold. Maybe if it was like a glam look, I would do that. But these shadows are just, they're very pigmented, so I don't really want to do that. This brush also makes it really easy to kind of wing out the liner a little bit because it's so precise. And I did get a little bit of fallout, so I'm just gonna go back in with the trusty N17, and I'm just gonna kind of flick that off the face really easily. That's why I love this brush. Like, I use it for so many things. What do you think of that so far, Mom?
I think it looks great.
Yay! I wasn't really sure if you were gonna want this palette, but I did ask my mom if she liked this and if she wanted me to use it, and she said yes, so I don't know, I was excited about that.
I actually said, yes, I don't know what you're gonna do with it.
She was excited, yeah, she was excited about it, and we were trying to figure out what colors to use, and she told me to pick, so I picked these. Next up, I'm gonna go into, which one do I want?
All the colors are beautiful.
I know.
They really look very earth tone to me.
I think I'm gonna go into this shade right here, which is a light golden yellow. And I like to pair this shade with the purples in the palette because it is kind of like an opposite color on the color wheel. So it's going to contrast with the purple and it'll just pop a little bit more. I also think this color goes really nicely with the blues that are in the palette.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love blue and gold. So gorgeous for summer. I love that look. And I'm using the Angie Hot and Flashy Shimmer Brush. This is the A505. Perfect for any kind of shimmer product. I like to use this for concealer too. I use it for all kinds of things. Maybe I'll do a little bit like right there as well in the center of the lid. Yeah, that looks so nice. It's like a beautiful wash of color. Is there anything else that you've been enjoying for during your retirement? Maybe you're baking?
Yeah, I know it sounds very, cliche, but I've been doing a lot of sourdough bread.
She is in her sourdough era, and I can't complain because every time I come home, my mom is making like pizzas and bread. I have to try not to eat too much of it because I mean, there's nothing like fresh bread.
Yeah, there really isn't.
And actually yesterday we just had Easter because we're Greek. So our Easter a lot of times is on a different day. And then what kind of bread did you make, Mom? What was it?
I made a sourdough naan bread. It contains milk and yogurt. And after we were done with the spit that had been roasting some chickens, I heaped up the coals and I put a heavy, black iron pan on it.
Yeah.
And I did the naan right on the coals on the pan.
Oh, it was so good.
Yeah.
I'll have to put up a little video here so you guys can see it because I did take some videos yesterday from our cooking and everything, and it was so good.
It was fun to do, too.
I think next I think that looks good for the eye look. What do you think?
I really like it.
I like it. I love it. Why don't we put on some mascara? We're just going to apply off camera, guys, the Cali Ray mascara, which is my mom's favorite. This one is hers. So we will be right back. Okay, so we're almost done. What do you think of it so far?
I love it.
You like it? We were just in the bathroom when she was putting on her mascara and she was like, I love it. Okay, so for the lips, we're just gonna finish up. I thought we would do maybe something kind of like slightly glossy and a little bit simpler because I figured the Byredo palette was gonna be a little bit like bolder and I don't want it to clash. So right here I have one of the YSL Loveshine lipsticks. This one is called Peachy Glow, but I don't really think it looks that peachy. To me, it looks more just like a nude. So I thought this one would go nicely if you want to try that on. I don't think you've tried, oh, you do have these, but they were reformulated. So maybe you can let us know what you think about this formula. I can't tell the difference all that much. What do you think?
I don't see the difference in the reformulation.
Because you have a couple of these, right? I got you some of these for Mother's Day like a year ago, right? Yeah.
They wear well.
Yeah, they're very nice. I actually, I have this on my lips as well.
You wouldn't think that they would wear well because they're super moisturizing, the feeling, but they do wear well.
Yeah, they do wear well. All right. So this is the final look. Da, 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 da.
Thank you.
So what do you think? What's your favorite?
Well, I think that the palette that has the three different,
this one,
the bronzer, the blush and the highlighter.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be too dark, but especially with a more, for me, dramatic eye treatment, I think that it really did the trick. I love the colors on the eye. I would never have thought that would look natural, but I think it does look natural. Makes my eyes look really green.
Yeah.
Makes the color pop.
Yeah.
And I really like that first thing that you put on, that
the Dior Glow Star filter?
Yes. Yeah, I thought that was a nice addition. I think also I really have to be more careful about when I put the under eye concealer on, being more careful to
blend it out.
Use the brush to blend it out. That's a big mistake I think I'm making.
Yeah, that's a good question.
I just looked really close in the magnifying mirror and I have almost no creasing under my eyes. So
good.
I'm not sure what it is that you're doing to prevent that.
I think it's maybe just the blending. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. And just using the brush to really, more than just putting the color on. It's actually like working with it a little bit.
Maybe next time we can do another Get Ready With Me where you do
I
your
do it,
makeup.
yeah.
Yeah, and you can give an update on how you like these. Because obviously, like, I'm using them on you, but you'll get a feel for the newer ones that you didn't have before here. So
Yeah, because the creasing's a big problem, because I can put my makeup on and then I'll go someplace.
Right.
And then I'll check before I go in. Like,
Yeah.
whatever it is, an event, whatever. I'm looking in the mirror and it's like, oh my God, the creases. And then I'm having to use, you know, fingers to try to smooth things out.
Yeah, I have to do the same as well, right underneath my eyes. Yeah, these little more precise brushes are perfect for those. I think that my favorite is the base. Like, I just really like the Glow Star filter with the Chantecaille and the Clé de Peau.
Yeah,
I feel
so
like
you
it is,
have the same impression.
yeah, like that's I like the eyeshadow palette and everything else. I think it looks really good, but if I were like, oh, if there's one thing I think you should get, it would be that combo. I mean, it's your makeup, so you already have it, other than the Dior Glow Star filter. But
because I think you could put almost anything on my eyes and it would probably blend okay, because the surrounding skin is more rich colored.
Yeah.
Richly colored. So.
Yeah, so I like this look. Are you happy with it?
Yes.
Yay. I'm so glad. All right, friends, now that we're finished with this look on my mom, I want to give you all the details for the BK Beauty Mother's Day giveaway and how to enter. So the way that it's going to work is we're going to be giving away 2 brush sets to 1 person. I thought this would be fun because you can keep 1 brush set for yourself and then give the other brush set to your mother. Or if you are the mother, you can give the brush set to your child. You can give it away to your sister, a friend, literally anybody. So you're gonna get 2 brush sets. You're gonna get to choose between my mom's favorite, the Angie Hot and Flashy brush set, or my favorite, the Angie Hot and Flashy travel brush set. I really like the one that comes with the little travel case, and I travel with that all the time when I come to visit my mom. So those are gonna be the 2 that you can choose between, and you're going to get 2 so that you can share the other one with your mom, your child, or a friend. So how can you enter the giveaway? I'm trying to make it as simple as possible for you guys. What you're gonna do is leave us a comment down below on this video. You can say whatever you want. Don't worry, you don't have to butter us up. Leave whatever comment you want down below. It's not gonna matter because I am going to randomly pick a winner. And then in your comment, what you need to do is I need you to leave your Instagram handle so that there is a way for me to contact you. I want you to leave your Instagram handle without the little @ sign, because if you do that, sometimes YouTube will delete your comment and I don't want them deleting your comment. Trust me. So for instance, my handle is @sophia.sees.beauty on Instagram. So if I were to enter the giveaway, it would just be sophia.sees.beauty. So I'm going to see that on your comment. I'm going to know that is your Instagram handle. And then on Mother's Day, I'm going to be choosing a winner randomly from the comments section. And then I will be messaging you on Instagram. When I message you on Instagram, I hate to have to go through all of this, but just make sure that you see that little blue check mark next to my name. If there is no blue check mark, or if anybody comes asking you for money, anything like that, do not respond to that person. It's most likely a scam. I pay every single month to have that little blue check mark just to make sure that no one is pretending to be me on the internet. So I will message you. Make sure you are checking your messages so that you see that you won, okay? And then we will arrange the giveaway, and BK Beauty is actually going to ship these products directly to your door. So make sure that you enter down below. I will put these details also in the description box. I'm really excited to be able to give away some of these brushes because this is something that is something that both me and my mom really like to use on the daily, and we like to bond over when we're doing our makeup here at home. Please leave us a comment down below whether you would like to enter the giveaway or not. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe if you haven't already. And with that, friends, we hope you see some beauty in your day, and we will see you in our next one. Goodbye!